and Cunha could be an interesting signing for Manchester United. Any of those tempt you?
Casado, to be fair, I think he's been very good for Chelsea. Rodgers has been good. I mentioned him before. He did come into my mindset of that the side where I put Mbeumo, because I think Rodgers had a fantastic season, but I think Mbeumo's numbers are just so big at a club like Brentford.
Probably Cunha. I had him in the first half of the season. Obviously, he had a ban. He missed a few games second half of the season, but you just look where Nottingham Forest are in the league compared to Wolves. I just, Gibbs White was fantastic every time I watched them. Yeah, so he was that sort of floating player, an inside left pocket.
So let's finish on a third on Cunha. If he is indeed on his way to Manchester United, what else do they need in that front three? If the Delap has been linked as well, there's even been talk of.
I don't think Delap should go to Man United.
You don't think he should, or do you think Man United should take Delap?
I just think what happened to Højlund, sometimes I think when you're going from a team who've been relegated to, I know Man United are 16th, but it's Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, the eyes and ears. I just think that's such a big step. I know people might say it's from there to there in terms of league position, but Man United's a monster.
Do you think it's an upgrade on Højlund?
I do, but I don't think it. I just think almost that next step of like Everton or something. You know when you're going to play every week, you're going to be the main man. You're going to feel like one of the best players in the team. He's the best player in the team at Ipswich. Everything goes through him. Go to like another club where you're that for 2 years, then go to that sort of Man United or whatever, a sort of team, sort of Champions League, or going to be trying to compete for that sort of level.
Yeah, look. If he comes, everyone will get behind him. He's a young player, but we've seen that, United have been a very tough place to play over this last few years for a lot of very experienced players. So we're right to express caution in terms of what's happening at United, in terms of, you need to be resilient, you need to be ready, and I hope that he can go in there and get off to a good start and have a great career there if that's the move that happens. But we are right to think about the things that have happened to other players. Højlund's coming at 70-odd million, Xerxes coming at 30-odd million. What's going to happen to them? Do they just leave? We saw Sancho come in, we've seen Anthony come in, Rashford's going to leave. It's interesting, and there's a good knowledge of Delap at United from the people who've come in at the sort of hierarchical level.
Jason Wilcox.
Yeah, so Jason Wilcox has worked with him. He's obviously having a big say on this. Omar Barada, obviously at City as well. So they've done their... So they've had a good understanding of his game and a good understanding of his character, which is helpful. But Manchester United is a different animal, and I think that, I hope he does well there.